God, that was complicated. But it's done now, hopefully. Which means that I can move this over to here. Hey, nearly an hour in, I actually get the art tablet up and it's working now. Ah, wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. God, I love it. Also got a notification on Discord, I do not know why. Oh, I've only just seen the hydration request that you put in, DJ. I don't know if I did it or not, but I think I did. I just didn't clear it. I'll take another one just to be on the safe side. Best to err on the side of caution when it comes to hydrating. What's this? What isn't it? What? Brain. Right. Now then. Last. Get this on the show on the road. Right. Line art. Correct layer. We are going to go with a... What? We're going to go with a very rich, deep blue for the line art, just because it's not already on here. Yes, we have zoom. And so we will start all the way up here. That is looking that's a 10. That is looking a little bit thin for what we're trying to achieve here. 17? It's still a bit thin. 25? 25 looks a bit better. Let's see what 30 looks like. Yeah, I think we'll go with 30. That looks so cute. I cannot claim I cannot claim any credit for this. This sketch is originally Skoo's work, and they very generously gave it to me so that I could practice with my own art and doing layouts on it. So hopefully we'll now be able to proceed. Middle of issue. There's, however, hopes, and hope springs eternal, but, you know, nothing ever works the way we hope it to do. However, I'm hoping, with all those tech issues eating up the first hour or so, which I'll probably actually end up clipping out of the video when I put this up on YouTube. That was awful. That was a really bad line. Somehow I didn't see where the line was going, and yet it still turned out looking better. Weird. Callie, hello and welcome. Thank you very much for the hydration reminder. I need it. I've spent nearly an hour wrestling with this program trying to get it to work. And the thing that actually needed to be done was not an issue with the program itself in the least. The tablet needed reconfiguring. Well, the tablet and the mouse did together. Or pen, rather. Thank you, DJ, for reminding me to save. Work has been saved. Sometimes I really wish that all three of my monitors were touchscreens rather than just the tablet. Because then, you know, whilst I'm doing stuff on the tablet, if, you know, something comes up on here, I can just go, boop. But at the same time, that would make my screens look ridiculously greasy and spotty because finger oils. Sounds so rude. Don't finger your oils. Doesn't lead anywhere good ever. That needs to be bigger if I'm dealing with this. What size is it? 25. Oh, good God, yeah, it needs to be bigger than that. I'm going to be erasing that. You did not fall asleep. Is this a I did not fall asleep honest, or you actually didn't fall asleep? You know what? Just because I'm right-handed, it makes it significantly easier to do lines this way. Actually didn't. Oh, nice. Glad to hear it. How's my birthday sleep? I slept like a rock. Even though I was up until about 5:30 in the morning, like even after having that was last night. Yesterday was my birthday. I haven't even been 36 for 48 hours, and I'm already forgetting things like that. But yeah, I slept like a rock despite going to bed at 20 to 5. And then, 20 past 5. And then I woke up at around about 10, I think. I went back to sleep for another couple of hours. Ended up properly waking up at 1 p.m. So yeah, very nice, very restful. I think I did kind of I slightly exhausted myself with the stream, and also had the alcohol in my system that acted as a relaxant. So that definitely helped as well. That went wonky at the end. Funniest thing I see when seeing discussions between artists and talking to other artists is I like seeing what people say that they absolutely hate doing in art. I know, it's not like, I like to see what brings them pain so I can laugh at them. It is literally, I like seeing what other people say is difficult for them. Because in the same way, it's similar to, playing a Dark Souls game or something like that. I was like, oh yeah, this is really difficult for me. It's like, oh really? Oh, I kind of like that. But also, what you find difficult, I find easy, but what I find easy, you might find difficult. And the number of times that I find artists who say, I cannot stand doing line art, and then there's me, it's like, actually kind of really like it. I really like doing the line art. Don't know why, but line art and me have always just kind of had an understanding of sorts. Oh, that's why I just don't let it bother me. Not quite sure which is which. Trying to do an outline of just the hoodie parts first. I don't know why I'm doing like this. This is what my brain has chosen to do and thinks it is the best way to go about it. In the same vein that I know a lot of artists who absolutely adore sketching. I have not been able to get my head around sketching. I've seen artists who say that they love the colouring, artists who say they love highlighting. I've seen all sorts. I think what is mostly messing me up right now, though, is the fact that I know that these lines are not meant to be blue because I'm doing line art. And yet, my brain's like, well, no, we are supposed to be doing blue and then changing it later. Oh, that's a bit of the hood. Okay, so yeah, that does actually need to exist. So does that. Which means that over on this side of the Skoodie, that needs to go like that, like that. This needs to come down like so. And face. Don't know. Faye, hello and welcome. Line art kills me. Line is never perfect enough. I have learned to live with the fact that lines will never be perfect. If you do a good enough job with the, that needs to be. It's just right. Just gonna do that. Just gonna do that. you do the rest of the arts well, then the lines aren't quite as noticeable. And also the thing that I've noticed is I've seen so many artists put up their stuff on Twitter and all that kind of stuff, and then they put in the comments like afterwards like, now I'm seeing all the mistakes I've made, and I just look at like, I don't see any mistakes. So artists and pretty much anyone who is creative or creatively minded is their own harshest and worst critic, and will always see imperfections, irregularities, and mistakes. And other people, like, I don't see it. Of course, very valid, because the artist has spent all that time on it, so they'll be able to say, hey, that doesn't look right, that doesn't look right. But what they don't take into consideration is the gaze of the observer, which is never to be discounted. But at the same time, it is one of those things that can be a bother. Winnie the Pooh, oh bother. Have to relearn the console commands again now. It's the tail, it's the base of the tail, Malk. That's not working. Yeah, that's fine, that works. I mean, there's obviously part of the hair there. I think I've pretty much done the hoodie anyway, so moving on to this hair bit and getting all these bits done in. That kind of works. On the topic of mistakes, I do also fully understand. There we are. I fully understand where they're coming from on that, because when I finished those pictures of Amari and I posted them up, I immediately noticed all the mistakes I'd made. Well, not all of them, but I've noticed a plethora of mistakes. Like, for example, on the most recent one of him on all fours, I noticed that I'd done the highlighting on the back of his neck floof, but I hadn't done the whole thing of selecting around it and deleting the excess bits. So the highlighting on the transparent PNG, if you put it on a dark background, you can see the highlights, over the edge. To our own stick girls, that is not a thing to be ashamed of whatsoever. I didn't used to be able to do art, I just couldn't. I used to be very much not an artist. Oh, right, I see. I see what that's supposed to be. Yes, that goes. Yeah, some people just, never get around to drawing. Some people find a calling later in life. Some people do it from a young age, but the most important thing, if you do want to do art and be good at it, I'm very, very sad to say, and this, this is something that I have to tell myself as well, you have to sit and do it. Like, by no means, I am no nowhere near what I would call a skilled artist. Not in the least. My skill level is low. But I'm okay with that because I am improving, I am practicing, I am working actively on my skill level, and I am slowly raising it as I go along by all these with everything that I do and finish. Even things I don't finish. As long as I'm doing work, things are improving. I learn different things, and learning is the most important part of doing art. Almost never finish drawing because I get to a point I'm happy with the sketch and then I'm too scared to ruin it. I fully understand that. I fully understand that. That's why I am a big fan of digital art. Because then, layers exist. It's like, I really love this sketch. I want to do line art. Line art layer. Oh, the line art. Oh, that looks awful. Hide it. Stick with the sketch. Or, you know, if you turn around and say, hey, actually, no, the line art's pretty damn good. And you can keep with it. And work at it. Around that. Awful. And is not wanting to behave at times. It really is not. I'm also definitely not one to, you know, be telling people advice on art or in general, because I have not been doing art for anywhere near as long as some people I know. I have been doing art for essentially a year. Essentially. Like it was about a year ago that I took pencil to paper and made a picture, which I took a photo of a dragon, or a dragon's hand, and it was supposed to be also having its, you know, cat paws clinging onto it as well. The dragon's hand apparently came out really well, and people, you know, think it's really good. They can't tell it's cat paws because, you know, I suck at doing animals. And here I am trying to become a furry artist. It's not going to work well. But also at the same time, I did take art classes when I was in school, but, you know, I wasn't given a choice. That was basically my school threw art classes at everyone in the year as like, you are doing these. And they weren't even all that helpful because it was a case of draw this. Only draw what we tell you to. Don't draw anything that we tell you, you know, unless we've told you to do it. And apart from, you know, homework assignments, and they say, yo, go and draw something in this sort of feature, in this sort of theme. And I think I mildly scared one of my teachers when they said, draw what you think the future will be like. Everyone was doing these whole nice futuristic things, all this sci-fi stuff, hover cars, all this kind of stuff and all that. It's like, yeah, that's all really lovely. I drew a scene from Fallout. I drew a scene like, you know, it had been nuked. And my teacher went, that's really morbid. It's like, it's what I think the future's going to be like. I think that humanity is going to wipe itself out by nuking each other. That's what I'm thinking. That's the experience that I think is going to happen. I've realised that I've been struggling with this for so long. I've been doing almost a... I'm just going to put the music on, because I realise I have not had the music on this entire time. There we are. Starts off with Force of Nature. Thank you to Jack and DJ for the hydration reminders. Never finished my art because 1, you forgot, 2, procrastinating, or 3, I've not done it in one day. That's fair. If I don't do something in one go, often won't get finished. See, for me, I have to force myself. I have to force myself to do art. That's what these art streams are. Because between the art streams, I generally tend not to do any art. I'm trying to push myself into doing art off stream. I've not so much taken on, I've offered a couple of projects to friends who I know will, you know, appreciate what I do and, you know, won't judge me harshly for them. And it's basically, it's also stuff that one of them at least I can't do on Twitch because booba. But so I'm thinking, you know, this will encourage me to, you know, do these things. I mean, to be fair, I could do that one on Picasso, but I'd like to be able to do more original works before I start doing stuff on Picasso. And honestly, I'd also like to be able to just do original works in general, so at some point I'll be able to just turn around and say, hey, you know what, I'm going to open up commissions. It's my very strong hope that someday I'll be able to do commissions to the point where I will be able to do them on stream. That's what I am aiming for and hoping for. Jen, well, welcome. Still more motivation than me. I haven't got enough to pick up your guitar. I feel that when I was learning, every single time I've tried to learn an instrument, my motivation has just completely failed. Failed. There you go, Faye. You've got. Apparently, you're in my lexicon for lack of motivation. Except you're my motivation to keep playing Mario Kart because holy shit, it's hilarious when when you explode at me. Oh, good God, that sounds so bad out of context. There's the compliment. So with instruments, I've tried to learn over the course of my life no less than 4, maybe 5 instruments, and I've never been able to bring myself to practice because I've never felt any motivation to. It's been the whole thing throughout my entire life of I want to be good, no practice, just good, and so I've just given up on them. Ugh. I think and the thing is that I've told the story before, but back when I had a guitar and I was taking guitar lessons, I often wouldn't do the practice away from them because my brain just would go, nah, there's other things you could be doing. And in fairness, I'm still like that now. It's like, there's other things I could be doing. Like what? Games. Point made, brain. Let's do games then. There's a neglected ukulele right next to me. Yeah, ukulele is one of the things I tried to learn. I was like, couldn't. Because my dad, who is a musician himself, who plays bass, ukulele, and I think he also plays guitar. Because I was learning guitar, he said, hey, try learning ukulele. And because all of the chords for it were so different to guitar, but it also felt similar, and because the strings are in a wrong order in my brain, just couldn't do it. Just could not click with it. But he picks it up like a duck to water. It's like, great, showing off. Wow, I'm missing him with failure. Good to know. Yes. That's not true, Faye. You inspire me onto greater feats of Mario Kart. If it wasn't for you, I would not be playing. I don't think. So before you got involved in the Mario Kart games, and before you had your very outspoken opinion of that I was trash and to be beaten into the dust, and our nemesis rivalry began. I got bored of Mario Kart very easily because driving games and me tend not to mix all that well because I've just never been like that. I've just never been on for driving games. I've tried with several different ones over the time, and it's never something that's kept my attention. I played Mario Kart. I've played almost every single Mario Kart that's existed, and it's basically been. It's been lucky if I've done every single one of the cups on 50cc. Never done 100. Before Mario Kart 8, I'd never done 100. Never done 100 or anything like that. It's always only been 50cc. But no, since with the games and the streams, I've been having fun, but very quickly it's been gotten. It's just driving now, and meh. I just don't. And then the whole rivalry with you started. It's like, I now have a very, very strong inclination to keep playing because this is absolutely hilarious. I'm having a huge amount of fun. Win or lose, I have a huge amount of fun with the Mario Kart streams now. Mostly because it gives me that small spark of joy whenever I hit Faye with a shell or if I pass her and I just hear this beautifully angry tone via Jace's microphone of going, "No, you bastard!" Just giggle. I cannot stop myself from giggling It's like, apparently, you know, there's this whole thing of, well, British people make the best villains because of our voice, and it's like, nah, I can feel that. I can feel the villainy inside me. You know, get me a rival, and a rival that I can very freely and happily do exchanges with, you know, go fuck yourself, and, you know, fuck you, and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, all the stuff that heavy. Out of context, you would think these people hate each other. But, you know, right afterwards, like, we're still good friends. I think that's what I need. I think, you know, I need someone to be able to enjoy it fully with. And that's what I'd never had when I was younger, because Mario Kart is a very centrally multiplayer game, as you know, as you would expect. And me growing up, I was A, an only child, B, I had no friends in the school, and C, because of the time it was, gaming wasn't anywhere near as big of a thing as it is now. So it was not exactly popular to be a gamer. It's like, it's not now, but it was even less so then. And so yeah, I had to deal with that, and had to deal with issues sprouting from that. So games that were multiplayer centric really did not gel with me at all. Actually, no, to be fair, that can go with a thinner brush. 17, yeah, that works. And so yeah, so I never learned to appreciate that. So I was playing Mario Kart single player. Having people to play with, and people that enjoy playing games with and just hanging around with in general, really helped. It really, really does help. Playing multiplayer games with friends and people you can actually sit and enjoy it with. It sounds ridiculous because, you know, it's like, oh yeah, of course, but it really helps. It really helps in my experience. Let's see. Or something like that. What do you see in 50 years? I die, I'm a teacher, so I've been told. I mean, yeah. I was like, what do you think? How do you think you're going to be when you're 60? Nowhere near what I'm like when I'm in my teens. That's for damn sure. Welcome back, Callie. Oh, you have ice cream. Wait. American ice cream's weird. Shouldn't be doing guitar instead of gaming 24/7. My motivation to do a lot of things these days just due to life being an absolute piece of shit. I could literally take 10 or 15 minutes to practice, but I mentally can't. That is also because of, you know, reward. You can pick up a game, you can play it, and you can get achievements, or you can do something, you can feel accomplished in a game very quickly. It's very short-term reward. You know, awards serotonin to your brain. It's like, yeah, I did something. I did something, I made an accomplishment in a game. Awesome. Whereas if you take that time and you practice, you are thinking, I'm not doing as well as I could, I'm not great, my skill level's low, I need to practice more, but because I'm not practicing, I'm making mistakes. And you just end up beating yourself up, so you don't get that serotonin boost. You don't get that whole thing of, I'm doing well, I'm accomplishing something, and that really, really will harm your confidence and your desire to keep doing it. It is sadly the way of such things, and until you can overcome that, sadly, that is the way that the status quo is going to stay. And because gaming will always be one of those things where you get immediate gratification, or a very close sense of immediate gratification, it's why it is more appealing than doing something creative. And it's also, you know, I feel at the same time as well. I could achieve a lot of things in Warframe if I play Warframe for an hour. If I try to do art for an hour, I will probably, like this, I will probably finish the line art in an hour, maybe. That's not a lot of accomplishment by comparison. So it becomes very hard to, you know, keep into it. And it's the same with, well, pretty much anything, in all honesty. Oh, wait, that does need to be a line. That's part of the tail. And sadly, that is true for quite a lot of people with quite a lot of things. It's just... There's bits of the hoodie. Oh, that's a bit of the hoodie that I actually missed. There's some people who push through that, and, you know, or, you know, they find that they fail that as, you know, as a challenge, so that gives them motivation, and, you know, good on them. I'm glad. but sadly it doesn't work for everyone. Some people will just, you know, they just want the instant gratification that something like gaming gives. So there's nothing inherently bad about that. It's just that is what the gaming is at the end of the day. That's a lot harder to see when I'm zoomed out that much. And your typo shows off once again. I actually didn't see a typo. Bringing lots of drums to the table. You do, Faye. You really, really do. You really do. Chocolate, just plain beautiful chocolate. And in those words, this is why Callie gets to keep certain types of ice cream around when I'm not, without me devouring them. Because for me, it's just like, ugh, no thanks. The motivation has been low to do anything. That, yeah, I can understand that. That can also be the fact, you know, that the world's shitty at the moment. The world is really fucking shitty at the moment. Like, not even kidding. It is awful right now. And it feels like it's just, you know, every single day there's something new to be stressed out about or to be anxious over, and it takes its toll. It's never easy. So yeah, I do know exactly what you mean when you say that. I've had times lately when I was like, I just can't, I just could not even contemplate doing anything. Like, I've had times like, you know, I can sit, some days I can sit and play Warframe for 7 hours in a row, or do the same with Final Fantasy. There are also days where I can't even bear to, you know, play them for 7 minutes. Brains are a weird thing. One day you're going to be able to look at Mario Kart in shame of how badly you lost. And on that day, Satan will be skating to work. On ice. Which loves more like The Sims. Read a book and then just know how to do anything. I don't wish the life was like The Sims, because if The Sims were anything to go by, I would have burned several houses down by now. I was awful at The Sims. I've always heard people say, how can you be terrible at The Sims? Like, easily. Easily. Easily when you're me. If you look at me with any management game, you will see how people can be bad at them. I'm wondering if I'm using a bit of too much of a thick pen for this. Thick. But then, you know, I zoom out like this to, you know, the whole thing, and it doesn't look all that bad, thickness-wise. Sure, it will look better when I get rid of the sketch and when I turn the line art to black. My girlfriend heard what you said and shouted, I fucking agree. Jump. Glad to have been instrumental in the agreement and also making you jump. There you go, that'll help you keep you awake tonight if you needed it. Growing my confidence in self and anything is just not great at all, which is why my communication while generally doing anything is difficult for me, because I'm constantly doubting my every action. I fully understand that, Shin. I really do. But I hope you know that I consider you to be a friend, and I am always happy to see you in my streams. I'm always happy to talk to and interact with you. I know that brains don't often compute and take in that information, or, you know, conveniently forget when you need to be reminded of that kind of thing, but it is a truth. I actually cannot think of anyone who is in my regular stream viewers that I don't like seeing, I don't like interacting with, because, you know, if they were, they probably would be my regular stream viewers. Simple as that. Oh, it's New Frontier. Alright, that'll be right. I'm not going to turn this off. I'm not keen on this song, but I'm not going to turn it off because it's background music. But yeah, this is the song for the New Horizon game. Forbidden West, I think it is. And, I don't know. I've avoided all the hype for that, mostly because I have not actually finished Zero Dawn. So I was streaming it, and I just checked out of it. I put it down to the fact that I was already playing, I think at the time, 3 open world games, like including it, and like, I'm not great with open world games. So that's probably was a bit too much for me all at once. So it is still on the stream queue, and I will go back to it at some point. It's just, at the time, I was like, no, I think I was just getting bored with open world games. Because Ghost of Tsushima was going on at that point in time, and I ended up giving up on that on stream, and I went and platinumed it off stream, and like, I actually got kind of bored with it even off stream. And I wasn't too far away from the ending on stream, and I have to say that I would have not given it much favor if I'd streamed the ending, because it was I felt it was really kind of predictable. Really predictable. Like, I had called it fairly early on, and the quote-unquote boss fight right at the end was quite unimaginative. I was like, bit of a letdown. That's also with the constant thing of, I went and counted how many foxes in the entire game there are versus how many can be pet and cannot be, and it came out as the majority of them cannot be pet. And the game was like, oh yeah, you can pet foxes. Like, no, not many of them. Yeah. So at the moment, I don't think I've got any open world games I'm on my stream schedule right now. That will probably change if I pick up Elden Ring, because Elden Ring is essentially an open world Souls game. I think Skyrim, I suppose, but I've got a roadmap to go through on that, so that it doesn't feel so much like an open world game, because I'm not exploring around as much. I know what I'm going for, so I think that might do it. That might be an antithesis to it being open world. When I was streaming Cyberpunk, also Cyberpunk didn't feel open world, even though it very much is open world, but that's also because I was still fairly early on in it. So that might take things over when I'm done with Skyrim. Drakengard is definitely not open world. Sleeping Dogs kind of is, but again, with that, I'm just going through and doing the story missions, because the side missions annoyed me. And so the side missions in Sleeping Dogs are either A, repetitive, or B, just annoying. So I decided, nah, not going to do that, just going to follow that. XCOM 2, not an open world game. Final Fantasy 9, also not an open world game, because it's Final Fantasy. It's got a portion of open world with it, but it's not an open world game, what I would think. It's not a sandbox game, I think is probably what I should be indicating when I'm talking about these kind of things. Oh, nice song. Nice song about an open world game that I actually really enjoyed. Really, really did enjoy God of War. Apart from the Valkyrie Queen fight. Oh my good God, Sigurd, I think her name was. I now flinch every time I hear or see the word Valhalla, thanks to that fight. Because every time that I heard the word Valhalla in that fight, it was a 50-50 chance I would lose and have to restart. I don't know why I'm doing this one. I could just undo. Kiri, hello and welcome. Boop. Sure, if I have a boop emote. Can't remember if it's a follower one or if it's a sub only one, but I'm fairly certain I have a dragon boop emote. Johnson wouldn't even know where else I'd be if I wasn't the person to say. It's me saying I'm grateful for being here. Yeah, I fully identify with that as well. Like, yes, shit has been bad in my life in quite a lot of ways leading up to this point, and I carry the scars and the burdens from that quite notably. But at the same time, what has happened in my life has made me who I am, and who I am is someone who has a bunch of good friends, someone who is regarded as being a safe and supportive and wholesome person, someone who has, against all odds, managed to attract the likes of Callie. So, overall, I'm happy. I'm happy with how life has turned out for me. Not how life has treated me, because, I would have liked for a lot of the stuff that happened in my life to not have happened. But I am happy with how life has turned out. There's still obstacles and things that have gone iffy, because, that's life. But overall, I'm in a fairly good place. Overall. I know I've said overall twice, but, overalls. Not wearing those. Confidence is a struggle. Sometimes it feels like your brain won't allow you any pride in yourself because it's too narcissistic, even though you hate yourself 90% of the time. Yeah, your brain will just say, well, you don't deserve this, and that hurts. That hurts when when you feel happiness and pride and accomplishment and achievement in what you've done, and then your brain just turns around and says, nah, you don't deserve that. That hurts. What can also sometimes hurt is, when you remember, that something happened before in a similar vein, and the outcome was basically someone else telling you you don't deserve this. So then your brain says, well, this will happen again. So you go, bollocks. Thanks, brain. I was enjoying that serotonin before you whisked it away. Like North South, which is why I like God of War, but I really dislike Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It just doesn't sit with my taste at all. Same, because it's not an Assassin's Creed game. I have seen footage of Assassin's Creed Valhalla in so many times, and Assassin's Creed has not been an Assassin's Creed game since Origins. Origins was the first of the decline of Assassin's Creed, and Syndicate was the last of the ones that was Assassin's Creed. Then you have the Chronicles ones inside, which are like, it's more Prince of Persia. The Assassin's Creed Chronicles ones it's all Prince of Persia. Like, we're talking classic Prince of Persia. Not a bad thing necessarily, but yeah. But yeah, I'm not a fan of Assassin's Creed Valhalla either. I would maybe put it on stream, maybe for a Masochism Monday. But I wouldn't spend money on it, so it would be... someone would have to gift it to me for it to be a Masochism Monday candidate, because I really would not want to buy it. This music, however, is relevant of a game that I have loved since pretty much it was announced. Well, actually, no, it wasn't. I tell a lie. When I first heard that Cyberpunk was announced, Cyberpunk 2077, I initially went, no. No. When I saw that it was being done by CD Projekt Red, my immediate reaction was, no, they're going to ruin it. This is one of my favourite role-playing games, my favourite genre. I don't like what they've done with The Witcher. They are going to ruin this. I was vehemently like that the whole time. And then I started seeing what they were doing. I was like, actually, no, it looks like they are paying attention to the setting and they are being faithful to it. So I allowed myself to get interested in it. Foxx got interested in it. And Foxx, when she gets interested in something, she really goes deep into it. She finds so much out about it. She gets really deeply involved. And because of that, I just realised that those need to be thinner. So through her, I was getting all, extra hype. I was like, oh, actually, this is really good stuff. So I started getting really hyped for Cyberpunk. And honestly, I still feel like it was the right choice. Cyberpunk is an amazing game. And I will stick to that. I'm very glad that I pre-ordered it. I'm also exceptionally even more glad that I stuck around with it through the difficult times when it was having to do the updates and when it got rushed. And in its present state, it is probably probably one of my favourite games. I just don't get to stream it because I failed a best behaviour challenge, which I still curse myself for. Hey, no, I'm not that great. I'm kind of obnoxious. You are not, Callie. I'll bonk you on the head if you say it again. You are, without a doubt, the greatest partner I have ever had. You're a wonderful person. Never anyone who has ever said anything bad about you has been an awful person themselves, so you're a wonderful person. You enhanced my life incredibly. And you have helped me in so many ways. Like, in such a short time, you have affected my life in a more positive way than pretty much any of my partners in total across my entire life before knowing you. So, you know, shush. Shush ya. And your girlfriend, remember those bosses in God of War? Yeah, we hate them. Yeah, the Valkyries and the most recent God of War. Oh. Most of them, not too bad. The one on in Muspelheim and the Valkyrie Queen. Oh. The Valkyrie Queen was the last thing I needed to do for Platinum. I overran on my stream of it, and I've seen the oh, Liquid Nights and Disco Lights. Another great game. I've seen the Best Behaviour Kiri. Thank you very much for putting me on that. But yeah, I raged very hard. I overran on my stream, but I was determined. I was determined to beat them on that stream, and I finally did. And it was such a relief to finally beat her and get that platinum achievement trophy. Keep calling them achievements because I've been an Xbox 360 gamer for years. Much prefer the old Assassin's Creed. I only played the second one. I really enjoyed that. I was very young and naive and had no basic sense of what he was doing. I really like the original. The very first Assassin's Creed, I really like. I hated Assassin's Creed 2 at first. On a replay of the Ezio collection, wasn't too bad. Replaying, you know, I didn't like Assassin's Creed 3 when I first played it. I didn't like it when I played it the second time. I adored Black Flag. I still adore Black Flag. Rogue felt like more of an expansion pack to Black Flag than an actual new game. Syndicate. A lot of people hate on Syndicate. I really like Syndicate. I really, really like Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I even streamed part of it that was new content to me. I streamed the Jack the Ripper content. I had a couple of issues with it, but overall, still enjoyed it. Still liked it. Still really enjoyed it. Cyberpunk is getting more and more improvements, and that's why I'm glad to see, because it clearly shows they're trying to save it away. So the most recent update, with all the things they put into it and all the improvements they made, and the way they spoke about it, to me, said this is how they wanted it to release. So with the recent update that added the next gen support, you know, the ray tracing, all the extra things like, you know, fixer reputation, the additional apartments, all the extra role-playing stuff that they put into it, that's how they wanted it to be released initially. But thanks to Cyberpunk, CD Projekt Red's management, and you know, people on the internet being awful and sending death threats, they had to rush, and we got a rushed product that was very clearly incomplete and, you know, not as great because of it. But, you know, the fact that they kept at it, they didn't abandon it, they stuck to their guns, they kept improving it, despite all the negative reviews and negativity they got around it. They stuck to their guns, they kept improving it, they kept working on it, and they turned out something that was initially awful, and there's now what I would consider to be a very, very serviceable and strong RPG. I'm glad they did, and I'm also glad that I had the confidence in them and stuck with them. Don't mention the Valkyrie Queen. Yeah, all I can hear is Valhalla. Yeah, same. Whenever someone now says, or you know, mentions, or even indicates the word Valhalla, my brain just thinks immediately back to that fight. Which Mal ruined an entire Miracle of Sound song for me, because Miracle of Sound's best, you know, most popular song is Valhalla Calling. I did not even make the link, and then Mal said, you know, I mentioned Valhalla Calling, and Mal said, oh yeah, like that Valkyrie. It's like, well, that's that song ruined now. Thanks, Mal. I mean, even looking at this, on the Spotify front page for Miracle of Sound, popular, #1, Valhalla Calling, 23.5 million plays. That's kind of incredible, and you know, it's deserved because it's a very good song. But Mal has ruined it somewhat for me, because now whenever I hear Valhalla, all I can think of is that fight. Oh. Oh, this is an Overwatch song. Pass. Not a fan of Overwatch. That's a good replacement. I don't like Overwatch. Okay, have Dark Souls 3 instead. That works for me. No, I don't want brush. I want pen. Give pen. I love it when the best behavior redeems are done for the art one. Sometimes I actually consider turning best behavior redeems off for my art streams, because I don't tend to do anything that breaks art. Well, I say that, but you know, I swear quite frequently, just as, you know, part of my normal cadence, and I make lewd references all the time. They're the same brain. Wow! I'm so glad I didn't read that out. That would have broken best behavior. I was just talking about, hey, I can 100% stay on point for best behavior, and then it almost break it by reading out a comment in chat. I mean, in fairness, I said the British colloquialism that starts with B, that describes a child born out of wedlock. I said that on my best behavior stream, and that was how I broke it. I didn't realize. I then even polled everyone in chat, say, do you think that counts as a breaking of best behavior? Because generally it is not seen as a swear word. But it was the unanimous thing came basically, you know, because I was trying to avoid saying anything rude or any type of swearing, it counts. Normally it wouldn't count, but because it was best behavior stream, it counted. Was the people who really enjoyed Overwatch, I was a good soldier 76, but I was mainly put off due to Blizzard's incompetence and mistreatment of its devs and fans. I can fully understand that. I was never a fan of Overwatch because of... I have a thing against adversarial multiplayer. And Overwatch is very much, it's an adversarial multiplayer game. Even if it is team-based, it is still, at its core, it's an adversarial multiplayer game. And yeah, that's just not for me. It is not the kind of thing that I like to engage in, or that I like doing. It's the same with any game having a PvP mode. Like in MMORPGs, I never do PvP. Call of Duty, all those kind of things. I stay clear of the multiplayer modes because I just don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy the competition. It's never been a thing for me. I like having fun, and fun for me is not competitive. I'm going to go and do the last... I'm going to save after that. I always get slightly paranoid when that happens. Do the last bit of this, which I think will need a chunkier line. Be the Skoo chin, and I'm not even sure what that is. I think it's... Oh yeah, I think that's part of the hoodie, so that needs to go like that. Go like that, because that's part of the Skoo face. I also, like, so one of the things that I always do, hey, best behavior's over, I can say fuck. one of the things that I could not, that I knew that like Overwatch was not a game for me. The game type of Overwatch was not a thing for me. Was I played the free version of Overwatch, Paladins. Paladins, one of the characters in it is a dragon in power armor with a rocket launcher. I'm sorry, but if you have a game with with that in it and it still doesn't grip me, then it's an issue with the game type. It's an issue with an incompatibility between me and the game type, because if I can't get into something that has an actual playable dragon, then the game is just not for me. The game type is not for me. So the achievements you need to get in Skyrim is One with the Shadows, Master Criminal, Reader, Oblivion Walker, Solitaire, Land Baron, Master Architect, Dragon Aspect, Hidden Knowledge, Starring Crafter, Dragon Rider, and Soulstime Explorer. Most of those being with the Dragonborn DLC, I believe. And I think finishing the Thieves Guild. Oblivion Walker, I think, is getting all the Daedric artifacts, which a little glitchy but doable. Reader, that's the 50 skill books one. That is a thing of going to every single book, and if it's anything that has a value of more than 50 gold, read it, because that's a skill book. Solitaire, I don't actually know what Solitaire is. Land Baron is owning all of the houses available in Skyrim, I believe. Yeah, Master Architect is fully building a house in Skyrim. That's probably the one that I had most issue with because it just took so long. And all those ones, Dragon Aspect onwards, I believe, is the Dragonborn DLC, just doing all of the stuff in it. The thing I did enjoy about the game, and this was the same for Smite, is Massive Toxic Elite. It's played the base, and it was just horrendous. I actually defended a kid from one guy who was just getting really upset because the kid chose a character he liked. Yeah, that's another thing that I stay away from competitive multiplayer because of toxicity like that and elitism. And seeing that happen so often in competitive spaces, like, I'd really rather not. I would rather cooperate with people, avoid toxicity, and just have fun. Because, like, if you look at any of the Team Bondage games that I've played, none of them are adversarial multiplayer. They have a fair few of them have friendly fire in. I've had fun with them, even despite being bad at most of them. Yeah, that is just me, and that is just how I am with gaming. Adversarial, when things are a competition and people get heated over, losing in a competition, it's like, oh, you cheated, no, you cheated, blah blah blah. You're and throwing out insults, like, no, really not. Yeah, it's random people. I really don't want to be insulted on my time of me trying to have fun. Difference between that and Mario Kart is with me and Faye insulting each other back and forth the entire time, and saying things that you would probably say to someone that you never want to speak to ever again, is countered by the fact that when we get away from Mario Kart, it's jokes. We joke, we send memes to each other, we have a laugh, and we know that none of the stuff we say during Mario Kart is actually at all serious. Because, like, yeah, why? There's no need to actually properly lose friendships over a friendship breaker like Mario Kart or Mario Party Online, or anything like that, or Uno. If I been playing like Mario Kart with a bunch of random people, and hearing someone that I didn't know shout out over there, insulting me and saying to go fuck myself, like, I think I'm just gonna stop playing. But because I have that understanding of that friendship with Faye, and so I do not mind it. It's part of the fun. It's hilarious. You got a mod for the book, so the mod will glow red or green when it's the 50 gold books. That'll definitely help. That will definitely help. So the thing is, like, I know I've said this probably with pretty much every single art stream I do. The issue with Miracle of Sound, and it's not a bad issue, it's nothing bad or anything like that, it's the fact that because I came into listening to Miracle of Sound, well, weird enough, I came into listening to Miracle of Sound very early on, and I just didn't realise who he was or what it was at all. But when I got into Miracle of Sound properly, I had missed a lot of his early stuff, so I got into his later stuff, and not so much his less popular songs. And his less popular songs, like, in fairness, me with almost any band is, if I'm not familiar with it, my brain just goes, nah, not going to get into this. I don't know why. And this is one of them, it's like, my brain's just going, you don't know this song, do you? It's like, no, I really don't. It's like, well, hey, look, brain's now turned off. Thanks, brain. But then again, you know, some of his more recent songs, it's like, because the subject matter has not been something I'm interested in, you know, for example, Arcane and Horizon Forbidden West and that kind of stuff, my brain's just gone, yeah, don't really fancy it. I listened to the Forbidden West song, I was like, nah. Whilst it was fitting for one of my streams, also playing the music video for it absolutely lagged out the intro to my stream, so I'm definitely not going to be using that again. Then, you know, just did not gel with my taste whatsoever. But, you know, completely fine. Because, you know, different people like different things. It's okay with, you know, someone who is as changeable and flexible with his style as Miracle of Sound is. You know, it's almost completely natural that you won't like everything that he's done. Doesn't mean I don't like him as an artist. I think he's an incredibly skilled musician and songwriter. And Pale Blood Moon comes on. Another one of his I really like. Yeah. I also sit here and I realise that whilst I'm doing this, I was like, why on earth do people come along to my art streams? You know, how is it that people, you know, don't get bored? How is it that I don't get bored just sitting here doing art? Like, because I'm rambling. Because I am spending these hours doing almost nothing apart from talking huge amounts of bullshit and interacting with folks. Well, about Warframe earlier, I was wondering if you'd be okay with co-oping me if you're wanting to buddy up or something. I haven't played in a long while due to not having much to do. Yeah, always will be. So the way I work with Warframe is essentially I work on goals. I am happy to do things outside of those goals, you know, to give me a break from the goals, but I do tend to focus on getting specific things. And currently I am trying to get Garuda Prime, Nagantaka Prime, in a sort of wish-washy way, Guandal Prime, but I've got at least 30 relics for each part of that, so I'm not too worried about if it gets vaulted or anything. I think actually it might already be vaulted. And also I've realised that I need 142 Vitus Essence, and I have 15. Because, you know, there's galvanized mods that I want, there's ephemeras that I want, and there's a sigil that I want from the arbitrations. So yeah, I would be 100% up for co-oping to do any of that stuff, and I'll also be co-oping to help out with things that you might want to do as well, because I'm not a selfish person when it comes to that. I'm quite happy to sit down on a game that I enjoy and put in hours to help people out with it. I'm also happy to throw things at people that will help their experience of it. Like, the number of times that like Mal has turned around and said, oh, I really want this mod, but I'm having a lot of trouble farming it. I've gone, let me see if I have a duplicate of it. I do! Here, have it. I've thrown so many mods at Mal and other people that I know, because, like, I have duplicates, and they're not going to do anything. I've got duplicates, and I've got hundreds of thousands of endo. The duplicates are just sitting gathering dust, so, you know, have them. Bit ambitious. And Jack, thank you very much for the contribution to the one-off game stream challenge. That's got to be nearly done by now. I mean, I don't think I'm going to get any more updates in terms of a Twitch banner on chat over there. Oh my good god, I actually pointed the right way in the first time. I don't think I'm going to get any updates there until it gets like 95% complete, which we're probably close to, because I think during the previous stream today I checked and it was like over 80% done. No, it was at 80%. So yeah, we're nearly done. Haven't actually been grinding those relics because, like I said before, I've taken a long break from it lately. So, as might not be a surprise to you, I spreadsheet Warframe. I make spreadsheets and notepad documents for Warframe like nobody's business. I keep track of what relics have prime parts, where to get those relics, how many of those relics I have, and what rarity they are. And I have a definitive list of how to get all four of the Garuda Prime relics the easiest and most efficient way. And they can be farmed up really easily. It's just me sitting there farming void traces endlessly and then pumping 100 into a relic and getting a common reward from it is so soul destroying. Will mine get back into it, try and keep me away from Elden Ring? That's completely fair. I am more than happy to do so. I mean, like, I don't know how often you check your friends list or stuff on PS5, but if you see me around on PS5 and I'm not streaming, yeah, feel free to either ping me on Discord or in game and say you fancy doing some co-op. So yeah, 99% of the time it will be yes, or you know, okay, this is already played. You're drunk, Spotify. That works. Yeah, my answer will either be yeah, sure, or yes, let me just finish X as I'm doing now, and yes, sure. Because the main things that I'm doing on PlayStation 5 when I'm not streaming is I'm either working on platinuming something, which I've got two games I'm on to doing that at the moment, or I'm just wasting time on Warframe. Yeah. And the games I'm working on Platinum for at the moment are Borderlands 3 on the PlayStation 4 version and Lacuna. Twitch is not letting you talk. It puts people in chat hell for some weird reason, for no apparent reason. Lydia is a very, very frequent victim of being put into chat hell by Twitch for no bad reason. And the only way that she can interact and talk is by redeeming the highlight my message thing, which, you know, I wouldn't suggest as a way to get your message across all the time, because, you know, if you don't have a lot of points, that is quite a lot of points to spend on that. And honestly, I should probably actually start refunding those things, because it's not fair that you're spending that anyone is spending spending points in order just to make their chat messages seen. Because Twitch is having a iffy at the moment. I was going to say about my job, one of those stuff they had COVID, so I've been told I'll get more days off with pay when people get better. Nice. That's a way of benefiting from things. You know, let's stop faking having COVID. That's no. I've got no patience for people who fake having COVID or make a joke about it, because I've lost friends to COVID. I've lost people I know to COVID, and I've had scares of people I'm close to having COVID. I've got no patience for people who are like that with it. You know, gallows humor of, you know, people who have had COVID and, you know, make gallows humor about it. Fine, don't have an issue with that. But people who joke about it outright, and or, you know, are people I know, oh yeah, it's not real. It's like, you don't get to make those things. You just don't. So we're going to be busy tomorrow because it's my friend's birthday tomorrow. We go and plan to go somewhere for it. No problem at all, Sean. That is completely fine. Tomorrow might be an iffy day for me as well. Because this gift that Callie has ordered for me should be turning up tomorrow. I have a vague idea of what it might be, and it's possibly going to. Well, it is. I'm 99% sure it's a game. And that means I'm probably either going to be sitting playing this new game all day tomorrow that I can around my stream, or I'm going to be streaming it all day tomorrow, or, you know, featuring it for tomorrow. So, and also I will be battling with the fact that I'm not going to sleep tonight, and I have to have a doctor's appointment tomorrow as well. So tomorrow might not work for me either, so don't you worry about that. But in general, Shin, the invitation is there. It isn't completely... The invitation is there. It will not expire. You are always welcome to message me if you're online, you see me online, and you fancy getting together and playing a game. I will never think, oh God, why are you messaging me? God, no, go away. I won't think that. If I'm not able to because I'm about to do something else, or, you've caught me at a bad time, I'll say, yep, sorry, bad timing, but, next time. Kova's a piece of shit. I can relate this to some degree because you lost 9 uncles that shit. It is awful. I'm sorry for your loss as well, Shin. I really am. I just went through my jewelry and noticed that all my gold ones are gone. We were 6 months ago, but still finding things my brother stole have on. Jesus Christ! I'm really sorry to hear that, Faye. That's absolutely shitty. What the hell is it with you and I don't know what it is, Faye, but for some weird reason, you always seem to have this bad luck of, oh look, this is my property. No, it's not. It's like, Jade, hello, little bro. Welcome. Also, System Co is have rage on it. Fully sympathise with you there, Jack. I honestly, out of everyone that I know, all the people I consider friends I'm close to, no one makes jokes of it. No one does. And which is why they continue to be my friends. Very certain also, after I lost a friend to COVID, I did one of those things like, if you're an anti-vaxxer, you get the fuck off of my friends list right now. Don't get to be a material girl. Noted. Faye is not made out of cloth. Just spite. Okay. Hello, I've been lurking, but now I think go to bed. Night, be safe. Night, little bro. Hope you have a nice sleep, and I will speak to you when you are next around. Thank you very much for coming along and for lurking. I'll speak to you soon. Really? I love that. That's the response. My brother's been stealing my shit. Punch him in the dick. We actually go in a bit, zoom in a bit more so I can actually. Oh. You're done, Clip Studio? Yes, you are. It's probably also messing me up there. That flicks up a little too early. It's also interesting to do with these, going over Skoo's sketch with my line art and then my colours, because even though Skoo is one of my 2 art mentors, they and I have a very different style. And, in all fairness as well, Skoo's style is born out of the fact that they have been drawing for a long time, and they've got down to a fine art of doing things quickly and efficiently, and, like on the sketching, they can leave gaps and it'll be fine. Their brain fills it in when they're doing the line art and the colours over it. My brain, on the other hand, is like, I need to do this right now, otherwise, True, wish a good DJ, but you probably beat the shit out of me after recovering. See, Faye, this is what you do is, yes, you make the plan to punch your brother in the dick. You then get some friends to come and help you. Hold him down, make sure he can't fight back. If you do, let me know. I'll join him. I'll always stick up for a friend. Always. Actually, you need a bit of a bigger pen at this bit because of how this is going. So no offense if I don't want to talk, but if I do, that usually means I really want to get to know you, you to get to know me, so I'm not talking about types just for have reasons. Just like that. Completely fine, Shin. No problem at all. So here's a weird and funny thing. This is probably going to come as a big shock, although I don't know, maybe not so much of a big shock. This is probably going to come as sounding very, very strange, but I, as a person, if you get me into a voice call where it is, you know, just me and one other person, I get hyper shy. I was like, just not going to talk. You know, I don't want to be put in that situation. My brain just nopes out a lot of the time. And, you know, it seems weird because, you know, I talk at people, you know, I'm a Twitch streamer. It's weird. It's a weird thing that I've always sat back and thought, that just sounds really weird. I didn't even do the eye slit. To be fair, actually, that needs to be done with colour rather than line art. But yeah, so yeah, a lot of there have been times where it's like, you know, I just go quiet. Like I had a wonderful phase when I was, oh good god, in my early to mid 20s. And this was when I was first getting into online gaming because I was part of a clan. And you know, communication, all that kind of stuff. You know, everyone was, you know, into that, and I was like, I really don't want to be talking. I just, yeah, I feel, just don't. So my headset broke. The microphone on my headset broke. I can't remember why it broke, but it just would not pick up anything that was done to it. However, because of the way that the Xbox 360 did its headsets, it had a little clicker that would click it on and off mute, and that would be how I communicated. So people would hear over the voice chat a click. It's like, oh, hi, Malk. At the time, they called me Mal, because back there, you know, I was still Malkaya, but people called me Mal. But that's changed since meeting Mal. But yeah, and like I would basically be using clicks to communicate. I was like, no, I'm quite happy with this. I'm quite happy. And then someone said, hey, your headset's been broken all this time. Do you actually want to get a new one? I was like, no, I'm fine. I've got other things to spend my money on. And then someone sent me a pack of 5 headsets. I'm like, oh crap. Like, do I really have to speak? Same, you stuttering, basically why I try to avoid it. That is completely understandable, Shin. Completely and utterly understandable. I will never force someone to speak unless they are confident with doing so and wanting to do so. Also, I really like this song, A Dog's Life. Who's Afraid of the Skin-Clad Wolf? It's The Wolf in the Shadows. Really good song. I really need to actually play it. Hello, Jackie's getting Coffee Sisters' girlfriend here. Get the friend that can weightlift to punch his dick or get a knife. Jesus Christ. Even the partners of my chat wake up and choose violence. I love it. It used to be so quiet. People thought I'd transferred high schools when I've been there since year 1. I was a really quiet kid as well, but that's because I had no friends and I kept getting bullied. So I was like, maybe if I don't speak and if I don't, draw attention to myself, I'll get bullied. I won't get bullied. That didn't work. I still got bullied. So, bullied over something else entirely. Alright, I see how this... Oh god, that's gonna... Style difference again. And now a song For Honor. For Honor was a really good system, and I whenever I played this with a friend of mine, I had a lot of fun doing so, but as soon as we started going on, I was like, I don't like this anymore. I'm not having fun. Because, yay. Yay, online interactions and people and competitiveness. And, the whole thing with, the skill gating as well, it's been, if you weren't there from, like, the very beginning, don't bother trying to get into it. You'll just be trounced. Maybe I could get someone they don't know so he can't trace back to me. Very smart. Oh, my God. I think I should probably mention that I don't... In an official capacity, I don't condone violence. Just, just throwing it out there, I don't condone violence. Unless the person really fucking deserves it, or they're a transphobe or a bigot or something like that, yeah. I'm not going to incite violence is what I should be saying. You're killing a dragon, that. Stab the dragon in the dick. Actually, no, don't. I just realised the connotations. No, don't. You stay away from that area of mine. No. Callie will not be happy. I think that is now about it. Oh, wait, no, we've got still bits to do here. Oh, that one got skewed slightly. Yeah. I think that is actually the line art. I mean, part of Skoo's style is, as you can see, doing the eyelashes and the eyebrow over the hairline, which happens a lot. It's a very valid style. It's just, for me, I don't think it works with my own personal style or interpretation. But I think from what I can see, that is all of the line art. So, which means if we do this, hide the sketch layer. Holy shit, that actually turned out really well, line arts wise. Those eyes look ridiculously cursed, but yeah. What else are we going to do? Background. The background needs to have a solid colour for when I do stuff over it. But we will be next on to doing the colour. Woo. He deserves it. He's homophobic, transphobic, has threatened me and my friend, stomped me so many times and was basically close as I had to a bully. Okay, yeah. Dick stomping time. I'll get my steel toe caps. Throat punching time. Thank you for reminding me to save DJ. Also reminds me, I need to get the colour palette out. Oh, Ascension. Divinity Original Sin 2 song. Really, really good song. Really good game. I still need to actually properly play it. I mean, it's on PS4. Maybe PS5 as well, and it is one of those things, like, I love the game. I would play it a lot more, I wish I could play it on PC, but it gets to be one of those things, like, it's out of my peripheral vision sort of thing, so I keep forgetting I have it. But I know that I can't stream it because PC game. However, my brain also thinks, hey, if I got it for PS4, I could put it on RPG Thursdays and play it on stream. Then it will actually get played and I get to experience it. But at the same time, I was like, I really shouldn't be trying to buy games twice over. Just so that they will go on stream. Better. Also, let me just see. Why have I got this? Oh, I know why I've got this. The maintenance for patch 6.1 will be happening tomorrow. Yeah. Spend 24 hours until 7. Yeah, I thought so. As soon as I saw what server that ping was from, I knew exactly what it would be. And oh, Callie sent a picture. Oh no, just it was a reaction. It was a reaction because I randomly hoped Callie would have a nice bath, you know, so out of nowhere, and she just sent me a picture. I was like, "How did you know I was in the bath?" I was like, "I know ya." Yeah, Retribution. I can have my bath lights for his dick. Behind. Frostmourne Hungers. If anyone is a Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne fan, I have that sword as well. I have loads of swords. I need to try and find a way of getting my swords from here over to America. That's probably going to be the biggest thing about my move, is getting those swords over. That's the one that I sent. I sent a picture to Jace. So Faye, if you ask Jace very nicely if he can show you the picture I sent, then yeah. Unless you already saw it as well when I sent it over. Right, so Battle, why does she have autocorrect on? I have no idea. Autocorrect is one of those things I think you just learn to live with, and you like it does those things. Although it is really hilarious. It's, you know, it autocorrected battle to batter and batterax. I suppose, you know, if you want to batter fish for some fish and chips, you can use a batterax. I don't know. I don't know. Right, so eyes there. So I'm going to start with the eyes, mostly because I still need the sketch layer to an extent to do the eyes. So we go into colour, make that visible, colour in the eyes. Actually, put a background on as well. Hide that, and also hide the line art. Use a fill tool and a very, very contrasting green. There we go. So now when I put the colour, the sketch... Oh no, the sketch won't work. Fuck. Oh well. Gone to bed better until last tomorrow. No problem at all. You go for it. So if I do that... I mean, I suppose, like, you know, when I'm doing the white bits... Yeah, the white bits I can easily do that. Right, okay. Let's go on the Skoo palette. Grab the eyes. Sounds so wrong. Bring us eyes. Love this song so much. I wonder. I just realised as well. It's supposed to be another little one of those gleams in the eye just there. I'm wondering what colour I should do it. Because the cornea should probably be white, whereas the gleams should be slightly silver, I suppose? I don't know. But line art, what I should do, thinking about it, is take the blue, do that, just so I have a placeholder. Do the same as well, like that there, that there. Just temporary placeholders and guidelines. If I come back with black coffee and remember what she said, 1, ouch, and 2, you can have my longsword. Hey! We've got a Lord of the Rings fellowship here. You have my bow and my sword and my axe. But I don't think anyone's offered a bow yet. I don't actually know anyone who has a bow. Wait, no, I do. I do know someone who has a bow, but I don't. What do you think, Miles? I don't have any... I only have swords. I have different styles of swords, sure, but it's only swords. Probably for the best. So many weapons help you dead before I use them all. Haha. Good. Shinhud axe. Yeet. I can just imagine Shin just standing there with a massive axe and just going, let me axe you about our long distance plans. Yeet. Oh god. Hey. Place in nature. Monster Hunter. Reminds me of the times of playing with Team Bondage. Good times. Good times giving Tyr an aneurysm because I cannot play that game for shit. I am so ridiculously useless at Monster Hunter. Really, really bad. Sounds very accurate. Don't have a bow, but you have a slingshot. Still planning on actually buying one to hang on a wall. That's nice. That was a good idea. Very nice, well-made medieval weaponry. Makes an incredibly nice decoration. I used to have mine hung up on walls back where I lived with my parents still. They helped me put up the hangings as well. It's just, you know, they just... After I moved out, it's like, ooh. All those holes in the wall. Ooh. I haven't been able to display them since because, just, you know, between being in rented accommodation or, you know, sofa surfing. Yeah, I never really had the opportunity. I mean, in fairness, this is probably the most stable home that I've had in, God, most of my life, actually, thinking about it. That's mildly depressing. But that will change. That will change. So I'll be making a home with Callie in Florida, or wherever we end up. And I'll be able to display all these things and inject my personality into the house. As much as a disaster as that may turn out to be. Team Bondage, so who's the Dom of the team? I think we'd all like. I think all four of us would like to think it was ourselves, but I think Pokey is. It's Pokey or Tyr because Pokey and Tyr have the most knowledge of most of the games that we play, and Mal and I are mostly at the mercy of both of them. So yeah, I think it'd be them. Although, you know, fun fact about, you know, the naming convention about, you know, how we came up with Team Bondage. So the first game that we played together was God Eater 3, and that came about because of I was still, you know, it was still early in my time of streaming, and I came across the demo for God Eater 3 because I wanted to see a game that was like Monster Hunter but wasn't Monster Hunter, because I tried Monster Hunter before and I was awful at it. So I came across the demo of God Eater 3. So I played it, I enjoyed it, I mentioned it. You know, I was like, I'd probably play this on stream more. Mal saw me play this, and, you know, he said, he's going to try it. He ended up liking it. It's like, well, we could play it together. It's like, yeah, awesome. Both Pokey and Tyr said that they have it, and I was like, well, how about the four of us get together and we play it together on stream? So we started doing that, and, you know, when we said, you know, what are we going to call ourselves? And the main character in God Eater 3 is called an adaptive God Eater, or an AGE, age. And quite an important mechanic of that is the bond you share with your compatriots. So it's like Team Bond Age, Team Bondage. There we go. That is how the name of Team Bondage came around, was all because of that. Pokey's more terrifying. Pokey is very terrifying. Pokey is very, very terrifying. It's very true. Right, okay, so pure white. I'm going to use pure white for the corneas. Should I use a slightly off-white for the corneas and then using yeah, I think I'm going to use a slight off-white for the corneas. There. That's grey. That's just outright grey. That's not white. That's not off-white at all. That's just fucking grey. That's... Yeah, it works. Oh, silver and steel. When my dad wasn't leaving my office, that would be nice. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's always nice having your own little space. Always. Also because this is slightly off-white, it's actually easier to see. I'm not so sure about the tone, because looking at it now, it actually looks more flesh-toned. I'm fairly certain that Skoo does not have flesh-toned eyes. Flesh-toned flesh, yes. Flesh-toned eyes, maybe not. Although actually now I'm looking at it like that, and if I... That doesn't look too bad. Okay, now let's put actual pure white and use it here. And hopefully it looks distinct enough. I've realised that also this is gonna look real cursed when I do this. Holy shit. That really looks cursed. Try and tidy it up like this. To make it more of an oval and a bit more smoother. Good God, that does look very, very cursed. Ironically, Poke was the first person I was getting Almighty Lord of Chaos vibes from on entering the TOG Discord. I mean, yeah, that is pretty much Pokey's whole thing. Like, the whole time I've known Pokey, they've been like that. Very, very obscure, very much not giving out so much information about themselves. And, you know, letting people assume what they will about them. And, yeah, that has just been Pokey. At first, weirdly enough, when I first met and interacted with Pokey, I didn't like them. But that was because the first interaction I saw with Pokey was them doing the whole thing of, you know, when someone says about, you know, the meaning of a word, and Pokey finds the dictionary definition, just copy and paste the whole dictionary definition, including the pronunciation guides. I thought that they were being condescending and, you know, being a dick to someone. When, you know, after getting to know Pokey more, I was like, actually, no, that's just Pokey being Pokey. Is one of their traits, one of their quirks, and, you know, one of the reasons why they are who they are, and I consider Pokey to be quite a good friend. It doesn't bother me. Does not bother me. I do not, and I no longer think that Pokey is a bit of a dick or an awful person. Pokey is Pokey. That's probably, you know, as it is the thing that's said about Pokey the most, and it is probably the most accurate thing. Pokey is Pokey. Pokey does what Pokey does. It's very fun to be mysterious. Also very true, Faye. Like, despite me having seen you on you know, face-wise on stream, because you've had your face covered, I still don't actually know what you look like. Which I'm sure is, you know, something that you are absolutely delighted about. Also, this is one word for a country to start setting up face. Yeah. You have angered the Pokey, and you shall know fear. Okay, so now if we move that... Oh, God. Oh, I missed a bit. Just quickly fix that. Even though I should be a bit more focused on what I'm doing. At current time. Here's this bit. Well, your girlfriend told me here to tell you to call her E. No problem at all. She had a big yes thing. She got the Warhammer thing. Nice. Nice. Congratulations to E. Oh, I see. I see. You know, I see from your username now, Jack. So you got E Jack. Hello. Gotcha. I will do my best to remember when I see you in streams more to say hello to both E and Jack. And also feel free to correct me. I mean, there is another person who turns up, Sarah, who is gender fluid, and you know, I trained myself that every time I see them in chat, you know, to refer to them thanks to Widgren for coming up with the gender neutral name that they quite liked. I refer to them by that and ask what gender they're feeling today. It goes down rather well. I'm happy that I found a way that they can be accommodated and feel welcome here. So please feel free to tell me if if I'm addressing you in a way that is uncomfortable or wrong, and I will quite happily do my best to amend it. Oh, Road Rage. Nice. Mad Max song. Okay, so now if we get the blackout. Go. Emperor. You don't know the Oscar? Completely fair. Also go the route video, just not acknowledging referring to you by Jack as the default chatter unless otherwise said. As said, whatever would be best, most comfortable for people is what I shall strive to do. Because if anything, I want this to be a stream where people feel comfortable and accepted. Okay, now, take the line out, erase the guidelines I made for myself. I'm actually wondering if I should just, what, screw it. Let's be a bit adventurous. Let's not have line art interfering in the eye art. It means I'm going to have to go in and, colour out the bits that are now missing. But screw it. I think it actually looks a lot better when you take the line art off. Yeah. Yeah, I think, yeah, I'm more happy with that. Yeah. Didn't even realise that you don't know what my face looks like. It wouldn't be a big deal. I'm mostly hyped because my esteem and my look is pretty unstable. Any comment from randoms on the internet about it would probably not help. Fully understand that, Faye. And I 100% leave it in your court and your care. If you choose to reveal what you look like to me, then I will meet that with no judgment, no harshness, no bad comments, because I will insult you from here to Kingdom Come when it comes to playing Mario Kart, because none of that is actually genuine. In the same vein, I would never do that in a place of, actual seriousness when it comes to something that you're sensitive about, such as your appearance. Also, if you don't feel like sharing it with you, then I will not pressure you either. Because, where is the niceness in that? Well, that is entirely yours to Share or not share on your terms. And should you wish to send it to my DMs, you can be assured that it will not be shown to anyone else. Take privacy very seriously. It's like when Vespa sent me what her age was. Like, the fact that she DM'd it to me immediately, okay, so she doesn't want it publicly known. So I don't. It's fine, sometimes say eject the doctor by accident. That's completely fair. That is completely fair. As someone who has multiple names that they go by myself, I often find myself, but I have to catch myself like, wait, no, that is not the name that this person knows me by. I have to very quickly catch myself and correct myself, like, nah, that's not how this works. There, if I put the outline art back on, that looks so much better. If I take the sketch away as well, ooh, that's nice. Yeah, that works so nice, so nicer. That works so nicer. I can't speak. And also, the good thing about having the background being green, or essentially the background being non-white, means I can see all the bits where I've missed colouring over, or I've gone over a little bit too much. I can correct them easily. Easily identified, easily corrected, done. Hey, we respect privacy in this bitch. We do. We respect privacy, we respect consent, and we respect what people wish to be called and referred to. I've got to remember to save that as a version, just send that to Skoo as like, watching. Say to yourself, no DJ, I can't do that a lot. That's completely fair. Self-identification is one of those weird and wonderful things that is never quite constant. Speaking of identity, I'm actually grateful that you call me by my main name, so thank you for that. I never took the time to acknowledge us for some reason. It's completely fair. I will always strive to identify someone by the way that they wish to be identified. You know, it's just basic nicety. If someone tells me, you know, they want to be known by a certain name, then yeah, go for it. I've seen like some people, you know, who are in the process of questioning gender or orientation, all that kind of stuff, and you know, I've picked up on it. Like I've seen like on certain discords, like I've seen people I've known. Obviously, I'm not going to name any names, who've gone from having one pronoun that I've known them as to having that pronoun and another pronoun. And when that's happened and I've noticed, I've sent a message and saying, hey, I've noticed you've done this. Would you prefer it if I referred to you X, Y, or Z? Depending on, you know, putting the ball in their court. So I will happily keep referring to you as I have been beforehand, but if you would like me to change, then yeah, so be it. Because I also think that it's a bit of a unique thing with Twitch streaming. It's kind of like the Starbucks scenario. Like I've heard on trans advice things, you know, if you're umming and ahhing over a name to pick for yourself, and you're not sure whether it suits you or not, go to a Starbucks and have them call you that name. You give that name when they ask for your name for your coffee. So when they call you, they don't know if that's your name or not, and it helps you get a feel for, you know, just hearing that name referring to you. And I try to, you know, offer a similar sort of service, I suppose. So there's a line art, so that'd be one. I was talking about Valhalla Calling earlier, and we've got Valhalla Calling now. It's the Peyton Parrish duet version. Yeah. But yeah, I will always try to... that is definitely not what I'm wanting. But yeah, if someone says to me they would like, they're trying to try out, see if a new identity or a new name or gender orientation or sexuality or anything like that is for them, then I will do what I can to help them ease into it. Just take that as a point of view, and this is just, you know, one of the things I do. It helps people. She got Adeptus Mechanicus Belisarius call for a bit cheaper than Workshop saying it. Nice! Just gonna nod my head and say she knows what she's doing. Games Workshop charges so much for everything they do, and it's like, oh. So it's simple and easy just to respect what people want to be called. Yeah, fuck is always much such a deal out of it. Yeah. Because, you know, the slight inconvenience about them having to change the way that they view or talk about you far outweighs, you know, your identity or your feelings, and I've got no time for people like that. Oh no, this song, I can feel Sigrun stalking me! Especially in Valhalla calling. Like, Valhalla calls! Smack! Stomp, 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 stomp. If something isn't hurting others or yourself, it shouldn't be a problem. Exactly. That has always been my stance in life. Do whatever it is that you like, as long as it is not harming someone else without their consent, because, you know, there are people who have kinks for that kind of thing. As long as you are not hurting someone else or forcing, religious ideologies or stuff they do not want to follow, go for it. And, you know, people who say like, well, I don't consent to you forcing your gender on me. It's like, that's not the same thing at all. Someone's gender or their sexuality does not determine how others perceive they should behave. I'm just rounding out these eyes. I'm rounding out these eyes in this style just because, you know, I'm really now into this idea of just sending this to Skoo and say Skoo is always watching. There we are. Okay. So I'm going to be saving that anyway, because, you know, that's a progress thing, but I'm also going to export it at this point in time. Not import. Where's the export thing? Export single layer. PNG. Skoo eyes. Yep. Okay, exported. There we go. Done. There we are. That's worked. That's actually worked surprisingly well. I'm going to need to, you know, go over with some more things, you know, like get the shading of the eyes a bit closer in, you know, the fact they're not just, you know, singular colour. But yeah, so far, good. So, what shall we do next, I wonder? I have no idea what this song's about. Ah, that's something I didn't catch either. That's another thing I've got to do. It's not on the lineup. It is there. Skoo sees all. Skoo is omniscient. Look. Skoo sees all. Quick, hide the porn. So, you know, Skoo has seen the GIF on your phone. Skoo approves. Right, so we are on colour, yes. Just to remind me of which one's which. Oh, this is a Firefly song. That'd be why. Probably do this one just there, just so I can... There. But the wonderful thing about this is I can get rid of the sketch now, and I know exactly which bit's going to be which. Davina, hello and welcome. What is a Skoo? Skoo is a very good friend of mine. They are one of my chosen family, one of my siblings. This is a Skoo. Or actually best to put the sketch back on, but yeah, that is a Skoo. Oh, and thank you, Davina, for telling me to check my posture. I have been leaning over way too much. Dear phone, stop copying random messages. You piece of technology shit. Mine keeps doing that as well. I'm having to constantly go back to delete them. Yeah, I get that. I get a lot. Skoo, fuck. Yes, they are. Skoo is a VTuber. They stream fairly regularly, and you know they're here. You were quite actually that. Yes, I was. Yeah, giving Skoo a shout out. Go and check them out. They're honestly a lot of fun. So Skoo is also, to give context, one of my 2 art mentors, and they have helped me by essentially giving me a handful of sketches to do. Well, handful of sketches that they did, and then said, here you go, feel free to finish these. Add line art, colour, shading, whatever you want to do. Do whatever you want with these. And so, just, you know, the whole thing of, if you do post these up, you know, credit me. Yeah, fair. So that's what I've done. This is the 3rd of the sketches that Skoo has sent me in order to finish. The other 2 that I've already finished were of my OC. That essentially Skoo designed my OC for me because I had no idea what to do when coming up with it. This is the very first song of Miracle of Sounds I ever heard. I did not realize it was Miracle of Sound when I first heard it because I was with my my ex, and oof, that was bad. It was bad. Followed. I hope you enjoy their content. Oh, he now jumps in happy. She says, "Fuck you, workshop. I got Demons of Corn Scarbrand." Nice, nice. I will give Games Workshop one good thing. One good thing. They basically turned round and said, bigots and Nazis have no place in our club. If we find out that you are this one, we will deny you entry from our tournaments and our shops. You're not welcome. So yeah, good on you. Good on your Games Workshop. You're awful when it comes to your pricing and your thing of no one, you have to use your brand stuff for everything, and you're really, really nasty when it comes to copyright stuff. But no, I can respect you taking that stand and not backing down on it either. They people challenged them on it, and they said, oh well, you've lost the customer by doing this. I said, fine, get out, we don't want you. Josie is working on some arts of me for you based on description of my persona. Even my stick people look bad. So, the thing that I know about artists when commissioning them is they will appreciate any reference you can give them. Like, literally, whether it's a text description or whether it's a really awful drawing, or whether you can send some art and say, I kind of like this pose, or, X, Y, Z. That helps a lot. And an artist is never going to turn around to you and if you send them a really awful stick figure drawing, and they're never going to say, oh, that's awful. It's like they understand that you are not confident in your art skills, otherwise you wouldn't be commissioning them. or if you were converting the art skills, you'll be wanting their style rather than your own. They understand this. I wonder is the fill thing going to be working? The fill is not going to be working. As for the Chaos Gods, I would rather worship Khorne than the other fuckheads. I think they're just the worst. Khorne is the simple one, yes. Khorne just wants death. Death and violence. That is literally all Khorne wants. Nurgle's a weird one. Tzeentch is very weird. And of course you got Slaanesh. People go, Slaanesh is just horny. It's like, no, Slaanesh is worse than just horny. Slaanesh is not just the god of lust. Slaanesh is the god of change, I think it is. But, Slaanesh is just about perversion to the extreme, twisting everything and changing it and mutating it, just for the fun. It's basically, if you can imagine Dionysus going evil, that's Slaanesh. Out of all the Chaos Warbands, because when I did play 40k, I was a Chaos Space Marine player. Shooter guy, nice. But yeah, when I played 40k, this was a long time ago. This was back when, the box sets you could buy for 40k was the Dark Angels and Chaos as the armies you had involved in it. I picked up Chaos and I chose the Alpha Legion, and I still like the Alpha Legion to this day. They're my chosen chapter. Or warband, I suppose. And I even have the book that details their origins, and I really like that book. I've even got that book signed by the author himself, Dan Abnett, and also the illustrator. I'm doing say, but more likely to on. Yep. If I was rich, I would send only a description of a personality to a bunch of artists and see what kind of design they come up with. That's amazing. That's amazing, and I love that. I would so love to see the results of that. I mean, also, I said this already today, but I will reiterate it. When I feel like my skill is up to a more acceptable time, I will quite happily open up my own commissions. But at the moment, when my finished works, total stuff that has started off as a sketch that someone else has done, or 3 Minecraft Foxes have been redesigned, that's I drew from scratch and then designed around 3 different people, I don't think I can quite confidently say I'm at the point where I can open up commissions and feel like I'm going to be giving people the best quality that I could offer. That's why I'm doing this kind of stuff and still preparing and still learning. And there's already some people I know who have said as soon as I open up commissions they're going to commission me. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake, no pressure. Nurgle's the worst in my opinion. I wouldn't want to live eternally with endless disease. Yeah. Weirdly enough, I know I've mentioned him before, but the YouTuber Mandalore Gaming did a review on Warhammer Total War 2 and all of its DLCs, and he actually does a very good explanation on what each of the 4 Chaos Gods are like, and their attitude towards things, their views and all that kind of stuff. He does a very, very succinct thing about it in a review about a game which is, that's a very small part of. And yeah, it is very much Nurgle is actually the worst. Because, Nurgle is about spreading disease, mutation, and, mutation is on the genetic level, not mutation in Slaanesh's way. And just, yeah. It's like, these Chaos Gods are meant to be evil. And, out of all of them, there are evil ones within that. None of these sound delightful. I mean, now the Chaos Gods really aren't. I want a friend that's talking cupcake. I mean, the main reason I went for the Alpha Legion when I chose my Chaos Warband was someone told me that they are essentially the sneaky ones. And I was like, yeah, whenever I play games, I try to be stealthy, sneaky, and all that kind of stuff. I'm a sneaky person. To the point where, when I was in that clan I was telling people about earlier, I was known as the sneaky bastard. Because I would pull this thing of, I would disappear. I would just completely and utterly disappear. And then people say, where's Malk? And so it shows the entire team dying. It's like, he's in their base. Right? So the Alpha Legion are very much the sneaky lot. They are also based around the concept of a Hydra. As in, they all look the same, including their Primarch, to the point where if you saw them all out of their power armor, you would not be able to tell them apart. They all identify as well as by the name Alfarius. And, you know, the Ultramarines, I think it is, reported that they killed the Primarch of theirs, Alfarius. But, you know, rumours abound that, you know, Alfarius survived, or it was Omegon that they killed. It was Alfarius' brother. Or that they actually just killed some random guy who was pretending to be Alfarius. And because of the way they do things, there's no real way of finding out. But yeah, I always liked the concept of the Alpha Legion. Rather get Khorne's chainsaw axe bonuses. Yeah, I mean, in fairness, all Khorne wants, as you know, oh look, there's a war going on. Kill each other. I don't care who wins, as long as there's a lot of people dying and there's a lot of blood and skulls. That's really all I care about. I mean, even with his own followers, it's like, yeah, go kill people. And, you know, someone kills one of his followers, like, nice, you killed one of mine. Awesome, keep it up. Oh, this song. I mention this every single time this comes up, but this was actually used in a game. Wasteland 2, the director's cut, or just, you know, Wasteland 2 in general. This is the credits song for it. They liked Miracle of Sound's work so much, they actually asked him to make music for the game. So he made this for the credits. And along with Deep Blue Sea, I think it is, appeared in Subnautica Below Zero. So, you know, Miracle of Sound's actually got music that appears in video games, which I think is pretty goddamn good. What I read, don't think the Chaos Gods are truly evil because Khorne does give mercy in the weird way. No one cares about his followers and his child. Slanesh wants people to be happy and Tzeentch wants to give knowledge. Evil, yes, but all in all have war fun in Warhammer. Yeah, so that is the thing that Games Workshop also very much did. You know, the whole thing. When bigotry and all that kind of stuff was coming up as being evident in the fandom, they basically turned around and said, "There's no good guys." In the Warhammer universe, especially in Warhammer 40,000 universe, there's no good guys. Everyone is their own shade of evil, arsehole-ish, or out for their own gain. Weirdly enough, the closest thing the Warhammer 40k has to the good guys are the Tyranids. Because the Tyranids are just there to act on their instinct, and they've got no judgments, no prejudices, they just want to eat planets. And increase the strength of their hive. It's all the Tyranids want to do, so in a sense, the Tyranids are the closest that Warhammer 40k ever has to having good guys. But I just realised that we need to tidy this up. Oh Jesus, there's that though. That's sticking out. Skoo, hello and welcome. Woke up from that, what did I miss? Behold the progress. This is not West Marino, not gonna lie, this is true. This is what you've missed. If I take away the line art, Skoo is always watching. Evil. It's 2 hours. He said to me, make it easy on the gods. Is Blood God, Plague, Sexy, and Nerd? Pretty much, yes. Khorne is the Blood God, Nurgle is the Plague God, Slanesh is the Sexy God, and Tzeentch is the Nerd. Nerd. Beans. Cannot be a Foxo without beans. Ah, yes, the mythical trade. I offer beans. Skoo gives me 2 dog bits. Thank you very much, Skoo. Very much appreciated with the dog bits. Glad to see that, you know, all those 100 dog bits that you gave me yesterday didn't exhaust your supply. Oh. Oh, good God, that does not look great. Twitch being weird again. Is it? In what way? Is it being weird for you and jumping around or something, or is am I getting framey? Mobile is sucky. Listen, isn't there 1,000 dogs being used every month? Mobile is sucky. Ah, yeah. Yeah, Twitch Mobile is notoriously bad. Dog bits. Yep, running joke between Skoo and myself. So yes, may I introduce Davina. This is Skoo. Skoo, this is Davina. Davina is a good friend of mine. Skoo is a Davina is also a streamer themselves. Skoo is a VTuber and also my sibling. Almost a twin, actually. Well, to be fair, really is a twin. When I came out as being non-binary, the first thing that happened after I came out as non-binary on Facebook, Skoo DM'd me and said, "We're twins now." So okay, okay. I wasn't given an option in this; it just happens. Like, far be it from me to question the whims of the almighty Skoo. I don't think I dared. I don't think anyone would dare question the will of the mighty Skoo. Skoo, yes, I will always say that Skoo is a absolutely lovely person. They are very, very accepting, very welcoming, and very happy to interact with people. I see the resemblance. Just make the choices. Yeah, weirdly enough, I don't actually ever think of it, but when someone says I see the resemblance between Skoo and yourself, it's like, shit, there actually is kind of resemblance, yes. Skoo sees all, Skoo is omniscient. Yeah. I mean, I think the main difference between Skoo and myself is Skoo will just outright adopt people, and I'll at least say, "Would you like to be adopted first?" I mean, at the very least, that's what I did to Jace. When I adopted Jace, I explained the situation, I explained what I do, and how I'm going about approaching it, and I said, "Is this something you would like?" And Jace came up with, "Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd love that." I'm like, "Awesome, yeah, there we go, done." And Skoo's like, "Yep, mine." Welcome back, Shin. Sounds getting cockblocked and ad. Ah, yeah, that's also always happens. It's always a danger with these kind of things. Skoo's in the garage looking for naughty missing things. Knowing you as I do, Skoo, that could very easily mean people. Why don't I have your fur color on this? This is a crime. I do not have your fur color. Naughty. Christ. I am actually... I feel ashamed. I thought I had a full-on color palette, and I've missed out the Kitsukami's most telling feature, the floofy tail. No one's in the garage this time. Oh, did you move into the basement this time, then? They kept getting out of the garage too much, then. think this is Halfman's song. I even have one for the pupils. Did I use it? Did I bollocks? I used black. I'm not finished just yet. I am, however, going to be opening up pictures that already exist of Skoo that I have downloaded as references to take fur colour from. And I don't want to accidentally open a not safe for work one. That's a very good thing, because I just opened up one which could be construed as a bit not safe for work. Straps are gone? Side straw fan. Oh no! People, straps? Oh, all the fur is different. Yeah, but I don't like. Yeah, I've noticed it's different in fur, but this one, oh no. You know what kills me is add lube on Twitch, just like, oh fuck. Oh, lube ad. Jesus Christ. Murray, hello and welcome. End of stream? Not quite. Well, art is on my... is on the other screen. I am getting some colour references from a slightly not safe for work picture of Skoo. Well, Egos all Warhammer stuff. I'm happy, Orc. I got something on Slanesh and Orc. Nice. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. The light part of this is too close to the skin colour I have for Skoo. As well, but you know, let's screw it. Why am I not using that one? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I don't know what this voice is. Ask me. Hello and welcome, and thank you for the hydration reminder. My voice cracks and. I've just opened another picture of Skoo, and yes, the fur is immediately a massively different shade. God damn it, Skoo! I know you say you don't make decisions and you don't intend to start, but god damn it! Pick a sodding fur colour. There we go. The first thing that I ever did, I'll take the fur from that. That's close enough. Drop that. There we go. That's cool. I just did white on that one. It would be just white. So the gremlin back to hunting my straps. Yes. Take the hydration now. Thank you also for the stretch, Masami. Oh, I don't know if you heard that, but my elbow just popped. Oh, there's a micro pops around all around here. Definitely needed that. Oh. Only 36 has not been kind to me. Voice of something sounds like something my DM did. That's about alright for me as well. Thank you, Shin, for your contribution to the One-Off Game Stream Challenge. Wear your chaos socks? Don't wear socks. I've got to go. Stomach is having a revolt. Always fun talking. No problem at all, Faye. Thank you very much for coming along as long as you did, and I will see you later. Have yourself a very good nomage, I suppose. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna open the thing that I've been using as a reference that I haven't actually looked at all that much. Where even is that from? I think it's there. I think it's in this one. There it is. So see, this one I don't mind showing off because yeah. This one that's the wrong one. This is at least safe for work. As safe for work as Skoo can never be. Grab that. Skoo palette. Really? That sounds like it's been done on... Yeah, so it's been done on paper. God damn it. Hydration stretching is important. It is. And thank you very much for reminding me of that. Lighten that up a bit. Pop. There we are. But you know, it's not. Ale. And I wish I could turn my head to pop my neck. Well, if it's pain. Oh, ouch. Skoo safe work, not more like not safe. Jesus. Way to call Skoo out there, Maury. They've got to go do your job, and I think Jack's coffee didn't work, and she's going back to sleep. Oh, no problem at all. Well, have a good day at work, E, and thank you very much for coming along, and thank you also to Jack for coming along. I hope she sleeps well. I shall see you all again later. I mean, it is technically the time when I should be finishing my my stream now, but because Maury has only just gotten here, and also because I spent about 40 minutes trying to get this to work, because my tablet needed recalibrating. I'm going to go on for a little bit longer. Right, so what do I need first? First I need Scoofer. Scoofer. Yeah, Scoofer. Scoof. Bigger than that. Needs to be bigger. I've also just realised that, you know, having put the line out on these spiky bits at the other thing, I'm going to take those out. I'm going to be taking those out when I finish this, because I want the transition between foxy orange and foxy whitish to look natural, like I've done with the eyes. Fuck is this song? Mortal Kombat Party. Would you have a redeem point for an evil laugh? I really should. You know what? I'm going to put that down on my after stream notes and do that after stream, because whenever I open up Twitch on the website, it makes my stream lag to hell because I have a potato of a computer. So I'll pop that in after stream. Add evil laugh redeem points to redeem. And because you suggested the idea, and you'd probably be one of the first people to redeem it after me. There you go, have a freebie. I'm gonna laugh if, you know, when I set that up. People are probably go and redeem it. It's like, oh yeah, we get an evil laugh sound effect, and they'll be confused. Like, wait, I redeemed it. Why is there no sound playing? And then I just turn to the camera and go. Yes, I like this. I like this idea very much already. Why do I now have 9+ notifications on Discord? Why do I think the sibling chat exploded? Yeah, I just say that because you had your evil laugh during the American and Jace's stream. A lot of people do not realise that's just how I laugh, and it just sounds very, very evil. I mean, not always. I do have, you know, a lot of, you know, a more joyful sounding laugh at times, but yeah, a lot of the times it just sounds so evil. On Clip Studio. See, this looks completely fine, color-wise. It's weird because color palettes on their own just always look weird because they're on a completely white background. So you're getting a contrast between white and the actual color, so it can make it look different than when it's being contrasted to the actual colors that's going to be around. Right, now if I take the line art away, it just looks so derpy. I mean, in fairness. There you go, Skoo with no line art, everybody. It's just it's evil eyes, some fangs, beans, and a very, very weird looking tail. Oh my word. I kind of know this song as well. Scaring people at giant ice, going troll and a vampire outside Whiterun, not fighting each other. Ah! To make myself some coffee after this, I think. After I'm finished streaming, because I need to be still awake in 4 hours' time. Why does it sound like this is a Grand Theft Auto song? Probably is. Sounds like one of Minoka-san's earlier songs. Okay. Put the lineup back on. Not just view the lineup, but actually go into lineup layer. I was taking me, I think it's game one of my mods now. Quite possible. Take that away. Yeah. Intentional guideline destruction. Didn't think about it when I was doing those. That would be a nice thing to do with that. Okay, so back onto colour. Now what I'm going to do is if I go here, We're going to do a bit of colour blending. To make the transition between the orange and the whitish look a bit more on the natural side, rather than so angular, because fur does not behave in an angular manner. It behaves in a way that I definitely can't capture, but this definitely will look better than just being so angular. Yes, Mod, you're riding a troll. I think you need to seek consent first. Just realised that these slippers are different colours as well. It's fine. It's fine. Know that hoodie colour is actually the lighter hoodie colour anyway. Is the same colour as the. Don't do it on the line art layer. Colour layer. I don't think I've actually got a colour reference to the red bit. No, I don't, because it's literally only there. Okay. Let's get into my red palette. Yeah, that's close enough. That writing. Never tell. You can never tell with Skyrim mods. You really can't. Anyway, what do you expect from me? I play as the lusty Argonian maid on my streams. She even called lifts her tail. God, these look like some real Sonic slippers at this point in time. It'll look better when I've done all the shading and the highlighting. It's what I've got to keep telling myself. As Mori has said in the past, trust the process. Even though when she first said it, my reaction was, I don't trust anything about myself. Oh, breaking my neck a little. Okay, now for the collar. Yeah, Bioshock. I've just realised something as well. I should not be using pure black when I'm playing to... I am planning to change all of the line art to being pure black. That's why I took the boots with the fur colour, because it's a slight off black that I can use and will still be distinct from the lines when I turn them to black. As well. This just reminds me of, well, I mean, you know, obviously the song about BioShock Infinite is going to remind me of BioShock Infinite. Just reminds me of just, BioShock Infinite to me is not a bad game. As much as I say I don't like it, it's just not a good BioShock game. It doesn't evoke the same feelings in me and the same sort of pacing and all the things that makes a BioShock game. It seemed to lack for me. So it's not a bad game. It's just to me it's not BioShock. I think they were trying too much with, you know, changing a lot of things, but still trying to keep interest by calling it BioShock. Because, like, you changed the name of it already from when you went from System Shock to BioShock, which made sense because you went away from the cyberpunk and more into the biopunk of BioShock, which worked. They should have changed it. And they just couldn't have called it steampunk, because it would, even though BioShock Infinite is more of a steampunk type game, they couldn't just turn around and call it steampunk, because, or Steam Shock. Steam Shock would be sounds so silly. Slots on all the things you can ride, and or spiders, dragons, troll, Lilith. Lilith! You can ride Lilith. Ah! Werewolves, brigands, tigers, lions, bears, dogs, but not wolves, spectrum, and more. Jesus Christ. Part of me wants to see if you can ride Nazim and just, you know, charge him into danger, because friggin' Nazim. I've got to check why I've got so many pings. I have 12 pings. 11 in the sibling chat. Faye replying to something. So I have to educate Faye on something that she needs to know before going to bed. Again, the sibling chat demanded a response. I couldn't. After reading what transpired in the sibling chat, I had to. I just had to respond. It had to happen. I'm gonna get rid of that banner saying the one game stream is nearly done now. It is 96% complete now. We are 2,398 points away from it, so that's probably going to get done tomorrow, which means the one-off game stream is probably going to happen Tuesday. Oh, I can't. Oh no! If I think Pokey will murder me in several unpleasant ways if I do miss Drakengard, especially as it's going to be ending B. I don't think that Pokey's going to let me get away with it, so I might have to, you know, change a different stream to that. So yeah. I don't have a silver. I need a silver. That to me looks like a bit of a silver. I don't know what is there. Jesus Christ. That's not too bad as a silver. Yeah, that works. That works for me. Oh no, it doesn't. It's a bit too grey. That's better. I can highlight it as well to make it better. Fast and the horse, but hard to control. She is, and the undead as well. Silence battle Draugr. This actually no. For some reason I had that as the bell colour when it's that. So save that as well. Yeah. Wake the White Wolf, I think. Song about The Witcher 3. I really would love to get into The Witcher 3, I really would, but my good god, how janky the combat was. Just, oh, unplayable for me. I really do want to give it a proper go, because I dismissed it because yeah, I'm not going to like it. Should stop laughing because you can ride a cow! He starts to get a move on. That's a bit too orangey for Skoodie, I think. We'll see how it goes. Skoodie, also called the Skoodie. That is what the stream title is. Drawing Skoo in a Skoodie. God. Oh my god, I am doing what few have ever dared to do before. I'm colouring Skoo's boobas. I think that's a sign my brain is starting to quit. I think my brain is starting to say, you know, you focus on art for long enough. Time to start winding down. I mean, I've overrun by 20 minutes intentionally already. Because, like I said, you know, Mori coming in and, you know, starting to throw a Grammy tantrum that, you know, she missed the stream. I was going to go all baka, meh, meh, meh if I ended stream. That's also my tablet fucked up. Giant rabbit chickens goes as well. I'm having too much fun. I don't think I have sleep because of it now. Oh, there are worse ways to lose sleep. You're going to be losing sleep over something you enjoy? Then hey, it sounds like a good thing to me. This is, you know, me remembering that I do have a darker hoodie color I should be employing fairly shortly. You've been at this for hours. I have. Screenshot put in Discord when I can, no problem. I have been at this for hours. I really have. And the thing is, like, this, you know, this is one of those things that, you know, shows differences in skill. It took Skoo a few minutes to do the sketch behind this. It has taken me nearly 3 hours to do this. So, this is what skill does. This is, you know, this is the difference in skill. Is, you know, well, also that and, you know, just the outright freaking quality of, you know, that as a sketch. If anyone was around for when Mori was doing sketches on Picasso, her sketches are fucking phenomenal. When I see people say, "Oh yeah, this is a sketch of mine," I was like, "That's a fucking sketch. It's better than I can do in my actual drawing." Wait. Those are different. It's just not by much. I'm sure he'll come out more when I do shading. Just double check that I've actually got the right one. See, I don't like Skyrim, but I really do like this song. What I'll do is, for the sake of my own brain, I think I'll finish this part of the hoodie, you know, the main chest part of the hoodie. I think that's what I'm going to call the stream after that. And then just, I don't know, vegetate on Warframe or Final Fantasy until I need to be around, awake, and doing stuff for my the doctor's thing. Because there's no way there's any point in me trying to get some sleep. You know, if I was going to set an alarm and give myself enough time, I would basically be getting 3 hours of sleep from now. And anyone who has seen me take a nap before doing a stream will know that I am not functional if I've taken that amount of sleep. There's also a good chance I'll just get up and say, nah, that's it, fuck up. Just go back to sleep. Or, I will sleep through my alarm, as has happened before when I've been on that little sleep. So I'm just going to say, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to make some coffee and use games to keep me awake for a few hours, and then see what happens with making the appointment for the doctors. There. We got, you know, that's good progress, I think. And the hoodie is a distinctly different colour from the fur. I'm happy with this. I'm happy. It's looking good. Right, save that. Save the palette. Oh, I've already saved the palette. Okay, cool. Close. Right. So yeah, that is where I'm going to be ending things. Your audio cut out for a bit, and all I heard was you saying, "and make some cock." I mean, I might. Who knows? I might get bored during the wee hours of the morning and just, you know, decide to go and make cock. Ah. I closed down Spotify. It kept going for a few seconds. That's creepy. So yeah. Oh, I can't wait to shove this up on YouTube and get huge amounts of copyright claims. But, you know, the fact is that because of how Miracle of Sound does his things, because I've credited him with it, you know, through the fact that it's saying, you know, all the music is done by him, and I'm not claiming it as mine. He's fine with it. And the copyright thing says, the copyright is claimed by someone else, but it just means, that they'll run ads on your thing. It's like, cool. I'm not monetized, I don't mind. The only slow ride is the tiny horse and the giant. Which Robert's finest cock milk. The Malky milkshake special. But yeah, that's going to be ending things for tonight. Thank you all very much for coming along. It's been good to get back into art after missing it for 2 weeks in a row. for various reasons, either endurance stream or just not being up to it. So next stream for me is, in theory, 4 PM Monday BST. Mangled up slightly, but yeah. Where it'll be Massacres on Monday and going back to Skyrim. Kind of fitting we ended on the Skyrim song, wasn't it? Oh, but yeah. That may be subject to change. Like I said, if the doctor's appointment gets in the way of that, I do have to kind of prioritize that. And if the gift I am hopefully expecting to turn up tomorrow, that was supposed to be here on my birthday. Thanks, I'm very certain it's Yodel. If that might change plans as well. But if there have been no changes to any plans, then I will be back here at 4 PM BST tomorrow. It's technically today, Monday. Just say Monday, it's easier. If there are changes to the plans, then I will endeavour to let people know via Discord, whether it's a delay or whether I'm done with the doctors earlier, or whether I'm going to be doing a different stream. They can pay and not be able to pop me out. Yeah. Sorry to hear that, Shin. I really hope it eases up for you soon. Hopefully, some sleep, and if you do have any ibuprofen, and if you haven't taken any, hopefully that will help, because the ibuprofen will help reduce the inflammation and help your muscles to heal. I should hydrate a bit more because I've been talking this entire fucking time. Some art streams, I've realised that as I'm doing my art, I've got long periods of me just not saying anything. And then sometimes, I realise I just have not stopped fucking talking the entire time. That's just been one of the latter. It's probably due to the Relentless, and also having spent nearly 40 minutes trying to, 40 minutes A, catching up on chat, and B, trying to get my tablet to work. I really need to try and remember if my tablet does that again, just to calibrate it. Because it wasn't an issue with Clip Studio as I thought it was an issue with the tablet. I really should, get a post-it note and slap it somewhere and say, if tablet no work, recalibrate. But yeah. Anyway, though, thank you all very much for coming along, for all your support. It's all greatly appreciated. I hope you've had fun listening to my rambling and watching my art process. Ibuprofen should probably take more, as it's now been hours since I took my last one. So ibuprofen, take it at least 4 hours between doses. Obviously, if you have taken paracetamol, you can take ibuprofen at the same time. They don't cancel each other out, and they don't intermingle, and they don't make things dangerous. It's only if you take too much of one or the other that things start getting bad. It is usually recommended with ibuprofen to have eaten something, because taking ibuprofen too much or on an empty stomach can cause stomach issues. But it should be fine. Just taking it as a little bit of time to relieve the pain. But yeah, special thanks to Skoo for the 2 dog bits. Never gonna be able to read that with a straight face. I really am never gonna be able to. I don't want to. I want to always laugh at that. I really do. Yeah. Thank you all very much for everyone coming along, and for any support you've shown in any way, shape, or form, whether it be chatting, lurking, viewing. Anything's fine. Still in the ouch because stabbing it back. Yeah, that mental image is lingering a little bit. I've got to set up some encoding, and I've realised this entire time I've had BlueStacks open, because I was intending to do my Arknight days before doing the stream. I just completely forgot about doing them, so I'm going to do those as well after I'm finished, and also set up that redeem that Ask Me mentioned. I've got another DM that'll either be the signal in chat or Faith, having recovered from the information I gave her. But either way, I shall see you next time. Until then, have a good evening, good night, a good day, a good morning, or good afternoon, whatever the time is for you. Till then, though, stay safe, stay amazing, and see you later. Bye.